Hey, I'm Sean from the Digital Organizer, and I want to give you some tips on how to be successful with getting started with a new project management software. It doesn't matter what it is. For this example, I'm using Asana, but I want to give you a framework of how to think about project management and how to use some tools to really set you up for success off the starting point. So most people come in and they get so excited about the new project management app. They're going to consolidate all their lists and do this big task dump and get everything in there. And they create this project and then they just start going at it and adding things to this list that need to get done. Well, the first thing that I would suggest is to not do that. What you might want to do is actually start by creating a document. So I'm going to say docs.new. I use Google Docs, so we can use that as a little shortcut to create a new list. And I'm just going to format this and we'll call this the backburner list. Because the thing is, we have got tons of stuff that we want to do that we do not have time for right now and truly are not the priority. What is the priority for this phase in your life, this month in your life, this month or phase of your business? Well, those are going to change. They might change daily, they might change weekly, quarterly, whatever. So instead of creating this task dump and taking all of these ideas and things that truly weigh on your unconscious, let's get them out of this because we don't want to see every possible thing that we could do when we are trying to focus. A task management or project management tool is to help you focus and identify what you're supposed to do now and serve up those items that are next to do so you can sit down and know what you're supposed to start on next. Now, if you go in and you start seeing everything that you do, then when something that's on your list for today isn't something that you actually want to do, it's really easy to go do something else instead or pick some other new and exciting task that is probably way more important than what you're doing now and will really move the needle. But the fact is, moving the needle is about finishing projects, getting them to that finish line. And if you don't get them finished by focusing and getting each and every task done on time, then you're not going to get very far. So let's do a backburner list. So backburner list, this is where your task dump goes. Put everything in here that you want to do. Once you've done that, you've consolidated all of your lists from Asana and Monday and Todoist and Evernote and your Notes app and your scraps of paper that you've got all over your house and in your bags. Let's get it all in here. And then we review it and see what is important to me now. What do I need to work on within the next 2 weeks or the next month? Because I would suggest when you pick a to-do app, you spend a little bit of time on the front end trying to figure out which one do you think will work best to you, which feels good, which one are you drawn to. Commit to using that for 30 days. It may not be the end all be all. Getting stuff in and out of a project management app is really easy. So in recreating that, it doesn't take very long. It is a little bit of manual work, but it's not that hard. It's about the system and how we use it, which is so much more important. So just commit to something. It's all the same core tools in all of these apps anyway. So once you have decided on the things that you want to do, then we are going to put them in our project. And instead of this being a task dump, we actually should name this something a little bit more appropriate, which case maybe this is strategic planning. Maybe this is website content because you are redoing your website. Maybe it's time to build a referral system, and you think that would be really important for you to get done in the course of this upcoming month. So let's call this build a referral system. Now, if we come in and just build a referral system on our to-do list, that is not setting us up for success because building a referral system is a project. There's a lot of things that are involved in figuring that out of how to do it. It was on my list for forever because I didn't know where to start, and I hired someone and they asked me a whole bunch of questions. But I'll give you a little shortcut. There's this thing called Goblin Tools, which I think is so cool. It's not beautiful, but there's a little bit of magic in it. And say, I need to build a referral system for my real estate business. And so we'll go ahead and put this in. Or actually, what we can do, I'm going to copy this. I'm going to use this in just a second. So we'll say, build a referral system. well, whatever, I'll edit that later. So over here on the right is this little magic wand that I clicked on. And what that did is it just took a look at this and broke it down into a bunch of different steps for us. So the milestone for this is having the referral system built. So we can say, build a referral system. And we might want to turn this into a milestone. Milestones are like, yay, we did it. Like this is a big step. And then we've got a bunch of other tasks that we need to do. And so we can take all of these, we can copy them, and then we can just paste them right in here. And now we've got some stuff in here. But how long is this going to take? Well, let's estimate it. So we'll come in here and let's estimate the time that it might take to get this done. Wait just a second, this will pop right up. Here we go. About an hour to identify the goals of the referral system, a couple days here, 4 days, 4 hours, however many. Implement the system, 42 days. This is AI, people. None of this stuff is perfect. But it'll at least give you an idea of how long this stuff could take. And so then you can come in and start doing some planning. Okay, so I can identify the goals of the system, and I can research a successful referral program in the real estate industry, do that for a couple of days. So this lets me know when I should assign a due date to actually get these done. And we need to assign them to someone. Is it you who's doing this work, or is it someone else who's doing it? Or is it a combination of a few different people on your team? So that's where the assignee comes in. It's really important to write your task items descriptively, to assign them and give them a due date. And then from here, we may still need a little more help. Identify the goals of a referral system. Well, I don't know. Where do I start with this? Well, let's go to a tool like ChatGPT, or we can use Gemini. Gemini is Google's version of ChatGPT. And we'll just say, identify the goals of a referral system. So let's say, help me identify the goals of the referral system I'm building for my real estate business. Okay, cool. So this will kind of give you a starting place. And you can say, what questions do you need to ask me to identify my specific KPIs? So that would be the key performance indicators that I know that it's working. Overall goals, referral system goals. And so you can start asking it questions like this. Ask me one by one the questions that you need to ask me to help identify what type of referral system I should use. So that's how we use things like generative AI, GPT, is ask it questions, have a conversation with it, pretend it is a world-class consultant that you want to ask and say, I don't even know where to start. Ask me the questions to identify where we should start in this. And then it'll help you. And so you can just have this conversation with it and start building out the things that you need here. So this is how we get started with AI, or not with AI, with project management, is make sure that you've got a back burner list of the actual task dump. And we want to call it a back burner list because these are things that I would like to do, but they're on the back burner and I will get to them, but it's not for right now. It's not on the main burners and what I'm focusing on. Our project management or our to-do app is what I'm currently focusing on. And then when I need help figuring out what the steps are to take action, I can use Goblin tools. And when I don't even know how to do this, then maybe I can ask ChatGPT or Gemini to help break things down for me to really get going and moving through this stuff. We can't let roadblocks stop us from completing a task. And now that we have AI, it's easier than ever to get the help that you need, and you don't necessarily have to hire people for some of the hard stuff. And then we can hire people who are really geniuses at what they do to implement some technical part that you may have a hard time with, or Maybe you just want someone to help you get you to the finish line and be able to talk to it and not do all of this through AI. Sometimes I use AI, sometimes I'm hiring other people to do it because the fact is, like, I need someone else to help me get it done. I just hate this task so much. I want to have someone else help me. So, speaking of help, I hope this helps you get started in your project management software, no matter which one you choose. Now, if you need some help with this, you can check out thedigitalorganizer.com. And we help with email, files, passwords, and project management. It's all the core things that everyone does, whether you're an individual or a business. If you do those 4 things really well, you don't need a whole lot of fancy tools. And you can and they don't need to be your main tools, and you can start playing with these other things, and I have one place to store my files. I know exactly where to go for my project management. I know how to use paper in integration with my project management, because somebody who's been there and done that can help you figure out a system that works for you. Check us out at thedigitalorganizer.com. Share this with your friends and family who could use some help with their task or project management.